Welcome to ItsPayd Live. I'm your host, Ken Green, and joining me today is a very special guest. Her name is Misa Chien. She is Incorporated Magazine's 30 Under 30. She is also one of the top LinkedIn contributors on LinkedIn. In 2017, she is a COO with Praiseworthy, a company that provides software as a service products over to companies. I don't want to talk about it right now. I want Misa to talk about that herself a little later. Misa, welcome to ItsPayd Live. Thank you for coming on.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, I learned about Misa on LinkedIn. I'll kind of transpose those. Lisa, could you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, so I'm a serial entrepreneur, done a lot of different things over the years. My previous business was a food truck. We're in multiple cities. We built it up to be pretty big, 7 figures, but at the end of the day, it ended up failing. I had a falling out with my business partner, so that was a little tough, but you know, every entrepreneur has that roller coaster ride. And then I now built a new software as a service company with my current husband and co-founder. And that's been really, really awesome to go on that journey with him. And it's a feedback company. So we work with small business owners to help them get feedback about their business.
Yeah, I found out that the information you provide to your customers is really eye-opening, especially for those that weren't aware of the information that their customers are thinking about them. Is that correct?
Yeah, exactly. So it's real-time feedback. It's real-time customer feedback, and the positive reviews. We've now even built something where all the positive reviews can be pushed through to Google reviews. So it's a huge, huge benefit to small business owners out there who really want to get that insight and get the word out, positive feedback about their business.
How did you get started with, what led you to start Praiseworthy? And tell us, could you share with us a little bit about that?
Yeah, I really had a pain point when running as a small business owner running a food truck previously. Yelp reviews. Yelp was a huge pain point for me, online reviews, and not having enough insight through that. I felt like it wasn't very accurate. And so I really wanted to build something that would give me real-time feedback, help the small business owner. And so that's what we've done from building it from the ground up over the last couple of years.
Mm-hmm. So out of that is what grew Praiseworthy?
Yeah, that pain point that I originally had, and I found out that a lot of other small business owners had it as well. We have a little over 40 clients now, all with that same pain point, wanting to get that insight, knowing that they're doing a great job on customer service, but, putting that positive feedback out there and also seeing how to improve and where to improve in their business.
Got it. Yeah, and kind of, I like to piggyback on what you're saying on it. I'm just interested. You kind of shared with us some of the mistakes that you had made in the past, and what other common mistakes do you see, either sales or sales support divisions make, and how are ways to avoid those?
I think hiring is the number 1 thing. So hiring into a great company culture. I, in the past, have not been as good at hiring, and now I've really gotten strict about it. There's an entrepreneurial saying, hire slow, fire fast, and I totally agree with that. So, for example, for our current customer success manager, she is just amazing. She's been with us for a very long time, but until I found her, I had to try out about 5 or 6 different people to find this amazing person for this position. So it's really important to hire the right people that someone that might be right for one person might not be right for another person. I'm dyslexic, so I know my weaknesses, and it's really, really great to hire someone who counterbalances those weaknesses, and their strengths are your weaknesses.
Mm-hmm. Got it. Now, when you went through the hiring process, did you seek help outside, or did you rely on information that you generated internally to determine that? Or hire a great HR manager is another one.
Both. I really put together the description, and also it's a lot of trial and error. You know what type of personalities you work best with. You know what traits to look for in someone. I know every single person I have to hire is going to need to be an A-type personality, very, very well organized, very detail oriented, because that's the opposite of what I am, because of my dyslexia and because of some personality traits I have. So it's really important to be vulnerable and accept your weaknesses and say, okay, how can I build as strong of a team around me, you know, a co-founder, business partner, you know, other members of the team that can really make the team as strong as possible by working together.
Yeah. No, I totally understand that. And, you know, I just was heard from Matt. Are there like certain things that common things that business owners or executives make that that they should avoid?
I think you need to be open to failing, and like that's not like one big failure. It's like I have an entrepreneur friend who told me, if you make a mistake once, don't be too hard on yourself. It's more of an error, and learn from that error. But if you keep making it again and again, then that's actually a mistake and you need to be hard on yourself. So just don't make the same quote unquote error again. You know, you need to be open to making those errors, to accepting that you're going to make mistakes. You're going to make hiring mistakes. You're going to make business mistakes, but don't keep making the same one over and over again. And that's what I've tried to do as I've moved along with business. And I've really been open to failing a lot, because I mean, honestly, 90% of the time you are failing as an entrepreneur. You're trying out new stuff, seeing what sticks, and you have to be open that it's not, most likely it's not going to work. But then that 10% that does work, it's, you know, that is what you move forward with, and that's what you hold on to. And that's almost how hiring is. You know, I have a very strict, if I need to even work with a part-time person, I'm extremely, extremely strict about who I work with and who I move forward with working with.
Got it. You know, you put together a team of strong individuals to help run your company. You know, what is Praiseworthy? What can it do for companies?
So it really gives you insight into your business through customer feedback. You can see what your customers are saying about your business. We have one of the highest response rates out of any other survey out there. And so just imagine getting that insight into your customers at your fingertips. And over 90% of the feedback is positive, because it's such a high feedback channel. We survey both by text and email. And then on top of that, the positive feedback can be pushed through to Google.
Got it.
And so it's really this all-in-one tool for customer feedback for small business owners that really can take your business to the next level, operational-wise, sales-wise, and marketing-wise.
Could you share with us some examples of some successes you have for your clients?
Yeah, I mean, for example, we're with 30. Let's see. Here, this is my favorite one. It was a 10-store wireless retail client, and they just didn't have any Google reviews. They couldn't get Google reviews. They were asking for it at checkout. And he really wanted insight into his front line, but at the same time, he saw he was getting a lot of positive reviews about them, but he wanted that to be pushed through to Google. We were able to get him 10 times more positive Google reviews than before. Once we launched with him.
Okay.
So it's huge. I mean, stores that before did not have any Google reviews suddenly had a lot of Google reviews. So it's like night and day once they launch with us.
Oh, that's perfect. You know, before the show, Matt and I were discussing, our producer Matt and I were talking about how, you know, you drive engagement. You look for ways that you can engage with your customers, or more importantly, have your customers engage with you. And, you know, I found that really fascinating about how your company does that to improve many in our audience who actually have these types of issues where they're trying to get good feedback from the customers, but the customers are not responding. So I think the information you shared is very important. Any tips and suggestions you can share with our audience to help improve accountability as well as to help motivate sales teams?
I would just say, I mean, our tool is great. We use it internally to find out what's going on. But any accountability system, it's great to have weekly meetings to see where everything's at. Just get an honest pulse on your business. We also use Wootrick personally for our software. It's a great way to measure get feedback on your tool and how it's doing, how you're interacting with your customers. So there's a lot of different tools out there. But if you do want insight into your business as a small business owner, you're always welcome to trial our product, Praiseworthy.
Okay, great. And actually, we'll have that information. Just look at the information below on YouTube description box. It talks about Misa, ways to get a way to reach her, either via LinkedIn and certainly her blog on blog on LinkedIn, correct?
Yeah.
Yes, yeah, and the web address as well. Any upcoming events?
Let's see. Actually, I have to say I am taking my maternity leave for a little bit, so I might be out of service for a little bit.
Oh, congratulations on that.
Thank you so much. But you can definitely subscribe to our blog, praiseworthy.co/blog, and then you'll be notified of any upcoming events.
Okay. Is Praiseworthy going to be attending any trade shows or conferences or anything?
Not at this time.
Okay, got it. No, totally understand. Misa, we got the information over to you. Thank you again for being our guest. We had a wonderful conversation. Hope you could join us again. And to our ItsPayd audience, hey, thank you so much for joining us, and join us again next time on ItsPayd Live.